The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to The English We Speak. I'm Feifei.
And I'm Roy. Feifei, have you listened to the latest song by my favourite band, Dragon Tennis?
Dragon Tennis are a terrible band who make dreadful music. Mic drop.
What? I think the lead singer dropped the microphone once. You can't hate them because of that.
No, Roy, we say mic drop at the end of a sentence after we have made an impressive or pertinent point in a discussion, rendering the conversation over.
Oh, so our conversation is finished? Okay, well, that makes sense about the expression mic drop.
Yes, we can also use it after you've just finished roasting someone.
Yes, for example, Feifei, your taste in music is terrible, which is why you don't appreciate Dragon Tennis. Mic drop.
Very good example, but not true. Let's listen to these examples.
Your idea is the worst thing I've ever heard. Mic drop. I can't believe he ended his message with mic drop. He's so wrong and the discussion is not over. This is undoubtedly the best game ever. Mic drop.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression mic drop, which is commonly used at the end of a discussion when someone makes a point that ends the conversation.
Yes, it's quite common in messages or emails. It's also seen with the verb perform.
That's right, perform a mic drop. I use this a lot when I'm discussing things with people, and I know I'm right.
It's true that you say that a lot. I think you've explained the expression really well.
It's true. My job here is done. Mic drop.
Very good use of mic drop. What else should we teach now?
Nothing. I was serious when I said mic drop. Bye.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to The English We Speak. I'm Feifei.
And I'm Roy. Hey, Feifei, do you fancy doing some karaoke tonight with me and Rob?
No, I do not. The last time we went out with Rob, you two managed to upset everyone. Everyone left. He is tone deaf.
His singing is not that bad. His mum says he's got a lovely voice.
No, Roy. While tone deaf can relate to someone who can't hear notes and has difficulty singing, like you, it can also mean someone who is unaware or insensitive to a situation.
Ah, so you mean the fact that Rob said that he prefers cats during the annual dog welfare meeting? Yes, that was a bit off.
He always says the wrong things at the wrong time. He really is tone deaf. Let's listen to these examples.
People who say they've enjoyed lockdown can sound a bit tone deaf. So many people have lost their jobs. We've all been working so hard. The boss seemed tone deaf when he rejected our pay rise. I can't believe Sarah said she doesn't believe in global warming to those activists. She's tone deaf.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression tone deaf. It can be used to describe someone who can't sing, but also has a secondary meaning that refers to someone who can't understand the sensitive nature of a situation.
Yes, it's an interesting development of the meaning. So, deaf refers to someone who can't hear, while tone deaf describes someone who can't hear different tones or sounds.
Yes, that's right. And the new meaning is for someone who says the wrong thing at the wrong time. Like Rob.
Yes, it sometimes gets used to refer to authority figures who say something that seems to be out of touch with a certain situation.
That's right. And Roy, please don't sing tonight. You really are tone deaf when it comes to singing. Your singing makes dogs bark.
Yeah, maybe that's for the best. But then I think the dogs just want to be in the same band as me. I could create a new band called Roy and the Dogs.
I can't believe you just said that. I just formed a band called Feifei and the Cats. Your comment was tone deaf. Bye, Roy.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. With me, Feifei.
There you go, Feifei. One skinny cappuccino for you.
Oh, thanks, Neil. It's good to get away from the office, and I like this cafe. It's very stylish for you.
I'll take that as a compliment. Now, shall we get down to business?
Get down to business? Do we have to talk about business? I thought we'd forget about work, relax, talk about your holiday plans. Where are you going this year?
Sorry, Feifei, we need to talk shop for a minute.
Shopping? I'd love to talk about shopping.
No, talk shop.
Which shop?
Our shop. I mean our work. To talk shop means to talk about work, even when you're not at work.
Oh, right. And do we talk shop to just anyone?
No, Feifei, just to the people we work with. I don't think anyone else would be interested. Let's hear from some more people who are talking shop.
We went to the pub to celebrate Rob's birthday, but inevitably we started talking shop.
I bumped into my boss on the train home tonight and he talked shop all the way to my stop.
We've been at work all day. Let's all have some fun and not talk shop, please.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the phrase talk shop. It means to talk to people you work with about work, even when you're not at work. So come on then, Neil, let's talk about work, if we have to.
Thanks. I brought you to this cafe so we could talk about all the scripts I've got to write.
You want me to write some scripts? That's why you bought me a coffee?
Of course not. I just need some ideas for some authentic English phrases to write about. That's why I needed to...
Talk shop.
Exactly.
No, talk shop. That's an English phrase you can write about.
Brilliant, Feifei. Wow, these scripts just write themselves. Fancy another coffee?
Only if we stop talking shop.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Neil, what are you doing? That's the biggest spreadsheet I've ever seen.
Hi, Feifei. Yes, just you wait. I'm developing a product that will revolutionize English teaching.
Great. So why are you looking at screens of numbers?
Not numbers, data. Big data. This is what I need, and that is the expression we're talking about in the English we speak.
How do you plan to use this data?
I haven't figured it out yet, but that's not important. Everyone's talking about big data.
It is a hot topic, but big data is all about analysis. You need to know what to do with all that data.
Right?
What you're looking at is a list of football scores from every country in 1987.
Ah, yes. Not useful?
Sadly not. Let's listen to this explanation of what big data actually is.
We are surrounded by data. Every time we use social media, buy something online, or even search for information, we are creating data. Because there's so much of it, and because it comes in many forms, we call it big data.
Companies collect and analyze big data to discover hidden trends and patterns.
For example, online retailers use big data to learn what kinds of things customers like, so they can suggest new products to buy.
You're listening to the English We Speak from BBC Learning English. Our expression in this programme is big data. So, Neil, how's your research going now?
Not well. It's hard to know where to start.
Well, you'll probably need information on things like spending patterns on language learning apps, key times users log in and how long sessions last, how demand varies by language level, data on your first language, data on which kind of content is most...
Okay, stop. I'm trying to write all this down. Feifei,
Yes?
can I hire you as a big data analyst?
Sorry, Neil, you're too late. I'm launching a product of my own. It helps predict football scores. In fact, I need a bit more data from 1987.
Ah, well, I might just be able to help you out there.
Yes, I think you were actually looking at my screen earlier.
Sorry. You know, I think I'll leave this big data stuff to the experts.
Bye.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. With me, Fei.
And me, Roy.
Roy, please, will you sit down? It's really annoying with you always just standing there.
No, I refuse to sit down. I haven't sat down for the whole week. I heard you talking about a sticking point the other day, and after you played a joke on me and glued me to the chair, I will not sit down ever again.
No, Roy. A sticking point refers to a problem or issue that prevents progress towards a goal or an agreement. I was talking about negotiating my new work contract. I think I should be given unicorn truffles every day as part of the job.
Wait, so a sticking point in your new contract is that you want unicorn truffles?
Yes, I also asked for an eagle called Clive, but I want unicorn truffles.
That's a great idea. I might ask for free unicorn truffles too.
Sorry, Roy, that's only for amazing people like me. Now, sit down and let's listen to these examples.
Trade tariffs were a sticking point in the negotiations. Bob and Ahmed could not agree on the budget. The amount spent on stationery was a real sticking point. The amount of time it would take to build the railway was a sticking point when it came to signing the final agreement.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression sticking point, which refers to an issue or problem that blocks a negotiation or an agreement.
Oh, I'm glad I could sit down. I was getting really tired. So, have you finally stopped playing your jokes around the office? Am I safe again?
Yes, I've stopped. You are safe.
Oh, that's good. Your jokes were a real sticking point in our friendship.
Well, talking of sticking points, I'm off to negotiating my new contract and get some of those unicorn truffles. Oh, and my eagle.
I love unicorn truffles.
Well, there are some on that table over there. You could have all of them, but sadly you're stuck to a chair again. I got you again with my prank. Bye, Roy.
No! Don't leave me stuck to a chair again! Fei! Oh, bye!
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello, everyone. This is the English We Speak. With me, Fei.
And me, Rob. Hey, Fei, this is all a bit weird, isn't it?
A bit weird? What do you mean?
Well, us not being in the same studio. You not being able to make me a cup of tea. Us not going out for lunch. It's not
normal. It's certainly different, Rob. But it's good to have some time apart, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It's not like it used to be. Things have changed.
Well, Rob, this is the new normal. It's a new English expression that describes the way people will live their lives during and after the coronavirus outbreak.
Oh, right. Does that mean I get some new examples as well?
It does, and here they are.
After lockdown, things won't be the same. We'll have to get used to a new normal. Getting up at 6 a.m. and going for a run every day is my new normal, and it feels good. The new normal means working from home more and not going into the office.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English, and in this programme we're learning about the expression new normal, which describes the way people will live their lives during and after the coronavirus outbreak. Rob, I'm sure we'll get used to the new normal. Sometimes it's good to change our routine.
Yes, but I like my routine. Go to the office, drink tea, eat biscuits, talk to you, go for lunch.
Maybe the new normal will be good for your health and your work.
Oh, come on, Fei-Fei. There must be something about the old normal that you miss.
Let me have a think. Making you tea, listening to your stories, giving you my biscuits? No, I think I'll get used to the new normal. And so should you, Rob.
OK, Fei-Fei, I'll give it a try. Now, I better go and do some work.
Wow, that's not normal. That sounds like a new Rob. Bye.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English we speak. With me, Fei-Fei.
And me, Rob.
We may sound a little different. That's because we're not able to record in our normal studios during the coronavirus pandemic. Now, Rob, why are you wearing those funny rubber shoes today?
Well, it's in preparation for today's phrase, Fei-Fei.
What? Our English expression today has nothing to do with wearing shoes.
Ah, but these are special rubber shoes to stop me sliding down any slippery slopes. That is what we're talking about, isn't it?
Well, sort of. But it's not really about slipping down a slope. Only metaphorically.
Ah, right. So it's got something to do with easily descending downhill into something.
Yep. We describe a situation that is getting worse and will end in disaster unless it is stopped, as a slippery slope. Listen to these examples.
Having a glass of wine with your dinner is a slippery slope. You'll end up finishing the whole bottle by the end of the evening. Juan was on a slippery slope to getting the sack when he started missing important meetings with clients. He's on a slippery slope to failure if he keeps missing the deadlines for his assignments.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression a slippery slope, which describes a situation that is only going to get worse. It's basically a situation or problem that is going downhill.
OK, so I won't be needing these slip-resistant shoes then. But they are very, very comfortable. I might keep wearing them, actually.
Oh no, Rob. It will be a slippery slope.
Why's that?
Well, if you keep wearing them without socks...
Everyone will laugh at me?
No, your feet will smell and then nobody will want to sit next to you.
Charming. Well, it's a good job I'm self-isolating. Bye, Fei-Fei.
Bye, Rob.
The English we speak.
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to the English we speak. With me, Fei-Fei.
And me, Neil. Nice coat you were wearing this morning, by the way.
Oh, thanks. In this program, we have an expression which describes a certain kind of shopper who likes to return items they've bought and get their money back.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing if there's a problem with the items. But shops, particularly online retailers, say they're losing lots of money because people are regularly returning items, possibly even after they've used them. They're called serial returners.
And this isn't about breakfast cornflakes, is it?
No, Neil. The serial in this expression means repeat. You might have heard the expression a TV serial. It means there are many episodes.
And that was a nice new coat you had on yesterday, by the way, Fei-Fei.
Oh, thanks.
Very different from the one you were wearing the day before that. And the day before that.
What are you suggesting, Neil?
Oh, nothing. Shall we hear some examples of our expression, serial returner?
Oh no, this customer has sent back an order for the 5th time this month. If we don't block these serial returners, we're going to go out of business.
I buy about £400 worth of clothes every month.
No way, you must be rich.
Not really. I return about £300 worth. I'm one of those serial returners. And in business news, online clothes shops are introducing new measures to make it harder for so-called serial returners to get refunds on their orders.
You're listening to the English We Speak from BBC Learning English. In this program, we're looking at the expression serial returner. It's used to talk about people who return lots of items they've bought, usually online.
So, as I was saying, you've had a nice new coat on every day for the last, well, month. Did you win the lottery?
No, there's a perfectly innocent explanation.
Yes, you're a serial returner, aren't you?
Absolutely not. I just knew we were going to make this program on the expression serial returner and thought I needed to do a little research.
Ha! It's very important to do proper research, I agree.
Bye.
Now, which one's your favourite?
The pea green one with the furry collars.
Are you going to keep it?
Nah, too expensive.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to the English We Speak. With me, Fei Fei.
And me, Roy.
We may sound a little different. That's because we're not able to record in our normal studios during the coronavirus outbreak. There has been a lot of discussion about self-isolation and staying at home. And in this program, we have an expression to talk about the stress you may feel in that situation.
That's right, Fei Fei. Today we're going to talk about cabin fever.
Cabin fever is the reaction to feeling trapped or isolated in a building for too long. It can be really stressful. This expression probably comes from people being trapped and not able to leave a small wooden house known as a cabin. They may not have been able to leave due to the extreme weather conditions like a snowstorm, as these buildings are often found on mountains or hills.
People can become sad, restless, and even lack concentration. They may also get food cravings, which in turn may lead to weight changes.
That's right, it's a really serious thing, and it can cause you to suffer from anxiety.
Which is why we're going to tell you some things that experts say you can do to help you cope with cabin fever.
Yes, we'll let you know right after these examples using the words cabin fever.
I started to suffer from cabin fever after I was stuck at home for 2 weeks. Some scientists think that cabin fever is linked to the feeling of claustrophobia, the fear of being in closed places. He said he felt really anxious and that he was suffering from cabin fever after not being able to leave his house. He also said he had gained weight.
This is the English We Speak from BBC Learning English, and we're talking about the expression cabin fever, which is the feeling of stress from isolation that some people experience when they stay in a building for an extended time.
But apparently there are some ways you can cope if you're suffering from cabin fever. Aren't there, Fei Fei?
That's right. One of the first things they say to do is to set regular meal times. So kind of like a routine, much like you would have if you were going to work.
Yes. This helps regularity and limits binge eating and weight issues. Also, it's important to try and stimulate your mind.
Things like television are okay for distraction, but they don't overly stimulate you. Something like reading a book may be more interesting and keep your mind active.
Yes. And doing things like puzzles or crosswords can also help. I really enjoy doing quizzes online. Also, you should make sure your friends and families are coping if they are in the same situation.
Absolutely. A phone call to someone to check on them may really help them, and you can also give them the same advice we're giving you now. Finally, it's important to set goals. Try to achieve things in your day to keep you focused. You could even make weekly goals depending on how long your isolation will be for.
Hey, why not try writing a book?
That's an idea. Bye, Roy.
Bye.
The English we speak.
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, I'm Fei Fei, and this is the English We Speak.
And hello, this is Rob. And it's an important day in the office today, isn't it, Fei Fei?
Is it?
Yes, it is. Remember that big project we've all been working on?
A big project?
Yes, well, it's crunch time.
Oh, great. I'm starving. I'll get my crisps.
No, I didn't say lunch time.
I know. You said crunch time. Time to start crunching these delicious crisps. I love crisps.
No, I didn't mean it's time to crunch crisps. Crunch time is an important or critical time when a decisive or difficult decision has to be made. And it's crunch time for our big project.
If you say so, Rob. Why don't I finish these crisps while we hear some examples of the expression crunch time?
We've reached crunch time in our relationship. I'm going to ask my boyfriend to move in with me. I wonder what he'll say.
The team are doing well, but come crunch time, will they score that vital goal?
It's crunch time for us tomorrow. That's when we find out if our building plans have been approved.
This is the English we speak from BBC Learning English. We're finding out about the expression crunch time, which describes an important moment in a situation where a difficult or decisive decision has to be made. But Rob, I'm still not clear why it's crunch time for our big project.
Oh, come on, Feifei, you know. The project we've been working on for months.
Oh, you mean the biscuit project?
Exactly. We have to decide today which biscuits we're going to buy for our meetings. And if we don't order them today, we won't have anything to eat in tomorrow's meeting.
So, Rob, your crunch time is just about what you'll be crunching tomorrow. You really need to change your priorities. I think I've reached crunch time in this program.
What's that? You've got a big decision to make?
Yes, to finish this program or finish my crisps.
Oh, shall we just eat the crisps?
Okay, bye.
Bye. Pass them over then.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We have many more exciting videos to help you improve your English. So be sure to subscribe to our channel to get the full experience of our YouTube channel. See you there!